Yeah, you get to experience Chef Gerald and his great food from Cafe Acadiana. Chef Gerald, thank you so much for being back.
Always a pleasure.
Hey, we're going to talk all about Cafe Acadiana throughout the show today, but I did want to start with, you're heavily involved in the Silver Hill History Days. Tell us a little bit about that. That was just a week ago, correct?
Yes, we had our annual Heritage Day Festival on the 27th of April last weekend. It was the best turnout and festival we've had in over 10 years.
That's awesome.
All of the staff downtown Silver Hill, the girls, Nikki and Cindy and Morgan, they did an outstanding job pulling it together. They get the credit. They really did a good job pulling it together. We had about 53 vendors, large crowd, live entertainment, great food vendors. Had a good time.
What a day. And we'll continue to tell you, we let you know before this year, next year we'll remind you as well, so you can go check that out. And if you do, part of Silver Hill's modern history is Cafe Acadiana, the only restaurant in town.
Man, we're the best restaurant in town, too.
That's right. So tell the folks a little bit about your place there.
We opened our place in September of 2013, so we're almost 6 years in. We do a great variety of seafood and lunch specials and Cajun specialty dishes. We were recently named the #1 seafood restaurant in the entire state of Alabama by RedBookMag.com and Yelp, which we're very proud of. We were shocked, humbled, but very proud. It's
as you
there's
should
a lot
be.
of seafood restaurants in the state of Alabama.
That is a phenomenal award, and that's kind of the whole point. Is you've been here on the show so many times, but also had a chance when I was in the area to go check it out. If you're making plans or just have some time, you don't have to be from Silver Hill to go. People come from all over the Gulf Coast to go check you guys out.
They certainly do. Mobile, Pensacola, all over Baldwin County, Eastern Shore. We even have a lot of regular customers from Gulf Shores and Orange Beach that drive by probably 100 restaurants to get to us, so that makes us very proud. But we do our best to keep it good and consistent, and so far it's working out.
Well, speaking of the Gulf Coast and seafood, you've got something that is very traditional here.
Yes.
Jumbo lump crab cake.
Yes, we're using a Alabama jumbo lump crab meat. The recipe is on fox10tv.com. I've already started sauteing my onions, bell peppers, and celery and some of the seasoning ingredients. And in just a few minutes, we're going to add the lump crab meat and kind of gently fold it in, let that cool a little bit and mix it up, make the crab cakes. The finished product is this right here. We actually fry them at the cafe, and we make this sauce right here. We call that our Boudreaux's shrimp and crawfish cream sauce.
Man.
That is on one of the past shows that we did here, the recipe for this.
Yes, check that out.
But basically, we just come right here and we cover that all up nice and pretty, and we put a little garnish right on top of there, and bada bing, jumbo lump crab cakes. We call that crab cakes Pontchartrain at the restaurant.
Crab cakes Pontchartrain. So we've got a finished version right there, and throughout the rest of the show today, we'll show you how to assemble that. I've got somewhere I need to go right after the show gets done today. I have to leave the studio here at Fox 10. So I hope you don't mind. I'm going to eat some of the boudin balls during the show and the crab cakes during the show, because it's my only time to eat today.
We forgot to mention those, Joe's favorite snack. That's an immensely popular staple item in the restaurant. We make them ourselves in-house, and it's one of our biggest selling items in the cafe.
My favorite. Absolutely love these, y'all. So, Chelsea, we've got about 50 minutes left of me eating throughout the program.
We are back with Chef Gerald from Cafe Acadiana, and we're folding in the crab in the celery. We got some celery in there.
Bell pepper, celery, onions, better known as the Holy Trinity in South Louisiana.
And it smells so good.
Bell pepper, celery, onions, butter, the seasonings, all this is on the recipe on the website, but basically it's our That's Good Yeah prepared Cajun seasoning, thyme, black pepper, garlic, a little bit of chicken stock, real butter, all those things. We cook all that down together, then we gently fold the crab meat in, and at this point I'm actually going to turn the heat on it off.
Yeah.
Because in just a few minutes, we're going to let this cool just a little bit, and we'll add our binding agents. We use a little bit of heavy mayo, a little bit of breadcrumbs, and a raw egg.
You can't go wrong with any of those ingredients ever.
No,
but especially together. Now, something that we were talking about earlier is the cafe is only open one Sunday a year, and that one Sunday is Mother's Day. So you guys are having a buffet.
That's right. This Sunday we are not a buffet restaurant, but for Mother's Day we do a really fancy fantastic Mother's Day buffet. It's going to feature from fried seafoods to blackened chicken Alfredo to chicken and sausage jambalaya to blackened tilapia fish. We'll have about 18 or 20 items, along with a full salad bar, along with homemade bread pudding, banana pudding, and strawberry trifle, all included in the buffet. We are taking reservations for it as well.
Well, I may have to put my reservation in right after the show, huh? Well, that's awesome. So what time will that start? Hours?
That starts at 10:30 a.m. this Sunday morning.
Of course.
And it runs until 2:30 p.m.
Okay.
And we're filling up fast on reservations, but we are taking walk-ins. We're leaving about 20-25% of the dining room available for walk-ins.
Awesome. Well, of course, that sounds so good. And all of your meals there and all of your entrees sound amazing. So we're making these crab cakes, and I just had a boudin ball for the first time, and y'all, it was so good. Joe served it for me.
Yeah, of course he did.
Of course he did.
You're lucky you got it.
He let me have one. Thank goodness. I was surprised I got one. But the sauce is so good.
We call this our Acadiana sauce. It's a little mayo and ketchup base that we add 13 different ingredients of hot sauces and spices and seasonings to, and we call it Acadiana sauce. And it was originally developed to go with the boudin balls. Now it has become the most popular sauce in the restaurant.
Really?
So people dip shrimp.
Well, you can't
fish,
go wrong with it.
So,
yeah, you can't go wrong with it. You could even dip your crab cake in it if you wanted to.
That you sure could.
Right. So we have the mayo and
right now.
The bread.
Typically, what we would do is refrigerate this for a little while,
really?
let it cool. I turn the heat off almost immediately so we can do it now. But basically, we would add just a little mayo, a little bit of the breadcrumbs, and we would crack. Crack this egg right there, and just very gently. The best way to do this is put on a pair of gloves and come in here with your hands and just gently fold it. And because you don't want to break up the lump crab meat, that's what makes the crab cake so great. And we're going to need a little more of the breadcrumbs right here. Now once this is mixed up, put it in the refrigerator for at least 3 or 4 hours because the butter and everything else will firm up, and you'll be able to handle it to actually make the little crab cakes. And you can either grill them or fry them. At the restaurant, we deep fry them. People like the little sensation of the crunch with the sauce.
You can't go wrong with deep frying a crab cake.
At home, it's probably easier. Put a little butter in a skillet and grill it up. And this is it right here. It just needs to be refrigerated, and the crab cake's made and formed into whatever size you want them, and do your thing with them.
Well, if someone doesn't want to make these at home, or if they're craving a boudin ball, they can always just come and see you.
Come see us. We're at 16137 Silver Hill Avenue in Silver Hill, Alabama. We're open Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 11 to 3, so just lunch. And then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we're open lunch and dinner. Well, we're closed every Sunday except this Sunday.
Except this Sunday.
We're also a BYOB restaurant, so if you like a glass of wine or something bring it with you. We have wine glasses and corkscrew that we give you. There's no corking fees or charges. We're just a small little restaurant in little old Silver Hill, and
that has great seafood and great food.
And people love it. We try to provide a great homey atmosphere, and we have a wonderful loyal following of customers that enjoy what we're doing.
Of course, something I loved real quick that you told me earlier is that your dad actually passed down this recipe of the boudin balls, and he'll actually turn 89 in a couple of weeks.
On the 22nd of this month.
That's right. And so something that I love about these smaller restaurants is that the recipes, it's all, handmade and made with love.
That's right. That's right. We said we put a lot of love into ours, and 90% of what I know or more I learned from my dad growing up in the restaurant business. So I've been doing this since 1979.
Wow.
And of course we have a great staff at the restaurant that has a lot of years of experience as well. And my wife is a special education teacher by trade, but she helps with the restaurant on the weekends, and she works entirely too much between school and the cafe.
That's right. That's right. Well, it's a beautiful day outside, and maybe it's a beautiful day to go drive and eat lunch, but we've got to talk about the weather and the sunshine that's out as of right now.
Welcome back in the Studio 10 kitchen alongside Chef Gerald. Now, I wanted to ask you, so you were voted the best seafood restaurant in the state of Alabama, and that was by Redbook and Yelp, correct?
Yes, yeah, redbookmag.com and
Yeah.
yelp.com.
So in addition to what we're working on today, what are some of the other seafood options that have been really popular or hit at the restaurant that people like to get all the time?
We have our dish I was just talking to Chelsea and you about that we call Boudreaux's Burrito,
Yes.
which is a shrimp, crawfish, and crab meat stuffed flour tortilla, rolled up, deep fried, and topped with that Boudreaux shrimp and crawfish cream sauce that's over the crab cakes
Wow.
right there. We have a blackened cobia, blackened mahi. Of course, we have the traditional fried shrimp, fried catfish. On the weekends, we do some four-way seafood combinations. This past Friday was shrimp creole, lump crab meat au gratin, jumbo fried shrimp, and blackened cobia all on the same plate. So we do a lot of cool stuff. We mix and match a lot of things. We do a lot of unique items at the restaurant. You can see a lot of it on our website at thatsgoodyeah.com with a D.
Thatsgoodyeah.com.
That's right.
That four-way thing you mentioned, that's what I would order the boudin balls as an appetizer, and then I would have to get that because when I can try more options, that's what I always love to go to.
That's where we do a lot of combinations on different dishes.
Man, that's awesome. So we're working on crab cakes today. Tell the folks what's different about your crab cakes.
Well, ours are probably 90% crab meat. We make them ourselves. We hand form them. Right here is one that I made out of the batch right here. And we hand form. They're probably 90% all jumbo lump crab meat, Alabama Gulf Coast crab meat. We kind of cook and saute down a little bit of the Holy Trinity, the bell pepper, celery, and onions with butter and stuff, add a little flavoring with seasoning. So we do them just a little different than a typical crab cake of the area. We add our own little zing and our own little love to them.
And if you're at the restaurant and you're enjoying all the seasoning and the spices and all that kind of stuff, we took the shot just a second ago. We could take it again. Tell the folks about these. They can go home with those, right?
This one right here with the yellow cap and the blue bottle is our all-purpose Cajun seasoning. We pretty much use that to season everything at the restaurant. This is our blackening spice. Both are developed in-house. This one, the original right here, has been in my family for better than 30 years. My dad originally developed it. We worked with it, tweaked it. Now we have it professionally packaged. We sell it at the restaurant, and it is our primary seasoning ingredient.
And before we go here again, we wanted to mention Mother's Day. Huge day for taking mom out to eat.
Absolutely. We'll be opening at 10:30 a.m. The only Sunday and only time of year that we do a buffet is this Sunday from 10:30 to 2:30 p.m. And we're taking reservations at the cafe. You can find all of our information on our Facebook page, Cafe Acadiana.
Can we get a sneak of what's going to be on that buffet?
Yes, we can. We're going to be serving some of the traditional items, pork roast, fried shrimp, fried catfish, hush puppies, but we'll have a chicken and sausage jambalaya. We'll have a blackened chicken, Alfredo, numerous other sides and desserts. We'll have about 16, 18 items on the buffet itself. We'll have homemade bread pudding, banana pudding, and strawberry trifle on the dessert bar. We'll have a full salad bar, $17 for adults, $18 for children, drink included. And
you gotta stop, man. You're just making me too hungry. You gotta stop. Check out this plate of boudin balls. I've already ate like half of the ones that were out there. Chef Gerald, great to see you again as always.
Joe, always my pleasure. Thank you all for having me again.
Can't wait to have some of this crab cake as well. We'll be right back with more Studio 10 after this short break.